Welcome, everyone. This is the December 2025 edition of Cards and Coffee with Colleen and Kathi. This is something that my wonderful good friend, Kathi Munson, and I have been doing for many, many months. I don't even know. I might even say a couple of years. I can't remember how long it's been, but we've been doing this for a really long time, every month, once a month on a Sunday. It's a random Sunday, so you have to, either connect with my meetup group, Sacred Soul Empowerment, to find out when, or my website, which is ColleenLemma.com. So let me just briefly introduce myself, and then I'm going to let Kathi introduce herself before we get started. My name is Colleen Lemma, obviously, and I am an intuitive reader, healer, and teacher of over 25 years. And I read Akashic Records, tarot and divination cards. I am a professional astrologer. I look at name vibration. I use all the clairs. I connect with people's angels and guides. Certified hypnotherapist, Reiki Master, and teacher, do crystal healing as well, and teach a lot of different subject matter. In fact, we've got the astrology for self-discovery classes starting in January, so you might want to check that out. I'm going to let Kathi introduce herself and then we'll get started. Kathi?
Hi, my name is Kathi Munson. I am a psychic medium, Reiki Master teacher, also energy healer, very focused on working with energy, doing soul to soul readings. I do Akashic Records. I also do past life connections. A lot of tools in my toolbox. I'm also a mentor and teacher. Um, do classes just like a lot of like what Colleen does, except for astrology. So astrology is not my forte. So I will admit that. And that's okay. So yeah. With that, I'm just gonna, if you want to get a hold of me, you can look at Facebook. I have my Kathi Munson persona. I also have Voices of Enlightenment, which is the name of my space. My email or website is intuitivecat.com or cat spelt with a K, um, at gmail.com. I was like, where was I? So, and happy winter solstice. Just
Happy
add that
winter
in.
solstice! And you can find me too on Facebook, Instagram, and my YouTube channel under my name. So that makes it kind of easy with that. So, what we usually do here when we gather once a month for 1 hour is Kathi and I will talk just a little bit about the collective energies, give some collective messages. And I know that because it's the winter solstice today, Kathi and I could talk for the full hour just on that. But we're going to try to keep it really short because we want to choose some people from the Zoom audience to do a mini reading for. Please obviously know that there's so many of you wonderful people here. We're not going to be able to get to everybody, but know that there's nuggets of information here for you. If you're here today, there's a reason. So the collective messages, there could be some wonderful nuggets of wisdom. And even when we do the personal readings for people later on, there might be something in there that really resonates for you. So please don't think that you're not getting anything if you don't get chosen, and know that. I feel like I should throw it out now. January 18th is the next Cards and Coffee, just in case we forget to do it later. January 18th, that's a Sunday, is going to be the next Cards and Coffee. All right. So when I tuned into the energy, of course, as I said, this is the day that the sun moves into Capricorn for a month, which Capricorn's about goals and ambitions and it's practical and it's grounded energy. However, we just had a new moon a couple days ago in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the visionary, expanding into your vision, expanding into new horizons. And then, of course, as I said, the first day of Capricorn energy is also the winter solstice. So this is a time of self-reflection and introspection, renewal, rebirth. It's a good time to set intentions. We just had the new moon. The winter solstice is also great for setting intentions, but it's more of a pause too. It's like the silent internal time of the pause. It's like being in the void before something new starts. And since we're in the last month of the last or of the 9 universal year of 2025 and the year of the snake, which is about death and rebirth and transformation, this is really a time of releasing and letting go of anything that's still lingering there from the past few months, but yet also putting your mind towards the future and what it is that you want to create and expand into, and and what your intentions are for the new year of 2026, which is a one universal year vibration. We're not going to talk too much about that because we will in January. But it's definitely going to be a shift of energy for us. And we're also going from the snake this year to the fire horse in a Chinese astrology next year, which will be by mid-February. So a lot going on. And some of the messages I got, they said to really focus on healing the sacral chakra area, because the sacral chakra area I like to call the goddess chakra. It's the chakra that's orange. It's just below the navel. And it's all about our desires, our emotions, and our desires. And with the Sagittarius new moon that we just had, that does ask us to look at, what do you desire to create? What do you desire to expand into? And a lot of times I think everybody here is a woman, but I think, for women, that sacral chakra area really needs extra attention sometimes because it's the ruling chakra of the divine feminine. So, we're needing to kind of heal that part of ourselves and get in tune with that and realign that so that we can be aligned with our desires. They also talked about truth. And it was more like, what is your truth, right? We're releasing old situations and old energy dynamics that maybe weren't aligned with our truth anymore in this year of 2025. Now we want to realign with our truth, and not just realign, think about what your truth is, but also, again, since this is a time of intentions, that void or that pause before the action kind of starts. Speak your truth. Do a little ceremony or light a candle or whatever. Be in silence and self-reflection, but speak your truth or write out your intentions and speak them out loud. They did say that using like the voice, the sacred sound of the voice was very powerful right now. They said we've been through quite the time in 2025. They use the metaphor, we've had to climb a lot of mountains. So hopefully we're near the top of the mountain so we can kind of, descend and have an easier path forward. They said there's a lot of spiritual support for us. A lot of archangels and ascended masters kind of came in. And they said too, focus on what you've learned in the past year, 2025. What lessons have you learned? Yes, there's been challenges, there's been old stories that we've been operating under, but what have we learned through all of that? What, again, nuggets of wisdom have we come upon? And allow that to be embodied in yourself as you move forward. They said to merge passion and intuition. Passion to me is more of a fire energy, and intuition more of a water energy. So we're taking fire and water, or passion and intuition, and we're merging that to create a new element, because when we put fire and water together, it creates steam, which is an alchemizing process to create something new. So create something new. And this last card I'll show you, I asked for a focus card, and it's called Boo Boo the Fool. It's probably hard to see because we're all on little tiny screens here, but this is like the Fool card in the tarot. And it says at the bottom, possibilities and potential. The zero major arcana, the Fool card, is a new beginning. It's about taking a leap of faith, jumping into the void and not knowing where you're going to land, but trusting and having faith that you're going to land exactly where you need to. So focus on, again, those potentials and the possibilities here. And have a little fun while you're doing it. Again, I don't know if you can see him, but he's wearing these weird colored clothing and he's like just having a lot of fun. He's jumping off the cliff with one foot. And he's just gonna see where that takes him, basically. So let me make sure that there's nothing else. I think that's it. So I'm going to hand it over to Kathi for some messages for the collective.
Well, definitely we're in alignment with having the fun part because that's what I was holding up. If any of you could see, I was holding up this beautiful, almost looks like they're at a carnival or a circus, and it says joyous fun. So yeah, we're getting to the point to where it's not going to be so heavy. A lot of what I'm getting, I'm very intuitive. That's where my perspective comes from, is a lot of watching and learning. I'm also a seer, so that tend to see things in visual pictures and notice alignments when things are happening consecutively around me. Just to kind of give you an idea as to how I work, if you're not familiar with how I work. So, a lot of what I'm getting this year is that it's time to take the mask off. It's time to now embrace who we are and the hard work that we've done and start to continue to grow, shift, change, and evolve into that. And forever, like I was you probably saw me nodding my head a lot when Colleen was talking because we tend to both work very well together and align very well together. Um, but it's a lot of like opening your intuition and not thinking so much from your head anymore, but thinking from your heart. And I was also getting solar plexus before we came on today, building your power, standing in your power, utilizing your voice for where you want to grow and evolve, no longer being restrained by either ways that you've grown up, things that you were told. Again, not that we won't respect our elders, but it's a time to find out, okay, this is what I was told when I was growing up, but this is who I am now. This is where I want to walk. This is where I want to walk in freedom and light and just be me. And that's all that I feel at this point in time that we continue to grow from now until the first of the year is to continue to grow into our true sense of self. As to, I no longer have to allow those buttons to be pushed when certain things happen, shifting even the directive that comes in your head. Like if there's a habit of a phrase that comes in your mind or a reaction that happens instantly, it's almost like allowing yourself to feel it, but don't voice it and step back and change the dynamic, change the verbiage, change the words that are coming from that, and sort of align yourself into the new thought process, getting out of habits, still releasing karma. But from now until, it's so funny, when I think of the first of the year, I get very excited, like very, very excited. I am so looking forward to next year. I can feel there's going to be such joy and amazing things happening. And so from now until then, it's literally putting into place the things that you want to create. We're in the winter solstice today. It's like starting to realize, like, I want to have this happen. I'm going to share something really, really quick because I keep being told over and over and over again this morning to share this today. And I've already shared it with a few people, but I'm going to share it with all of you. There was an amazing dynamic. I think Colleen and I even talked about this the other day, is that somebody had shared with me, or we had seen it on, TikTok, Facebook Reels somewhere. I saw it somewhere that you can take from today until the new year, every single day, write a wish for yourself and put it in a jar. It's so funny because I can even show you. My jar is right here. I haven't put my wishes in it yet, but I have my little jar all ready to go. Um, you put them in your jar, fold them up so that you can't see them. So you're going to do a wish for every day from now until the first of the year, and then one wish for the first of the year, for the very first day of the year. Every day you burn one. You burn one of the wishes. You don't look at it, you don't read it. I know you're tempted. Do not do it. Because even I'm like, ooh, I wonder what this is. Um, don't do it. Just burn them. And on the first day of January, pull out the last one that you have and see what it is. And that's what you're going to align with for the year. That's what will be created through the year as long as you continue to do the footwork and keep growing and keep trusting and having faith that it's going to happen. It doesn't mean that any of the ones that you burnt, you've sent them out to the universe if you burnt them. So if they're meant to happen, they're still going to happen. It's just a great way to sort of have fun from now until the first of the year. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I want to go. This is going to help you. If you can create the wishes, then you know where you want to go. You know what you want to have happen in your life. It's just a fun thing. So don't try not to get too like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Just have fun with it. But that's a lot. And it's funny how we talked about fun, right? The
Yeah.
joyous fun, the car joyous fun. It's also aligning and making a commitment to yourself. These are the things that I want. I want this. Now we want things for the world and we want things for our family. Try to focus on you. Where do you want to grow, evolve, and shift and change? What do you want to have happen? It's kind of interesting. It gets a little tricky when you get to like the last few wishes that you have to put in the jar. Because I have a lot of wishes, but it's like 13 or 14 is, a little challenging. But that's okay because you'll do it. And also realizing what really aligns with you and what really wants to be created with you. It's such a fun thing to do, such an exciting thing to do. And that's a lot of what we are, is to try not to, we've had such a tense year, try not to be so tense. Try to be light and uplifting and try to keep yourself in that more positive state. You know, if you're going to be with your family and it's not a positive, it hasn't been positive in the years, start forward thinking it. Start thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go there and Uncle Ned is going to calm his energy down and things are going to go well and we're going to be able to have fun and it's just going to be a lovely day. And you will be surprised by how, when you go into that positive energy, how it shifts the dynamic of what happens that day or that night or those few days if you're going away. But yeah, it kind of really does. It's a lot of where anything is possible. Anything and everything is possible. It doesn't mean that it hasn't always been, but you've worked hard this year. You've released things that you've needed to release. You've done the work that you need to do. You deserve to think of better days and better emotions and better thoughts and feelings. You deserve it. So, with that, I'm going to be quiet
And
because otherwise I'll keep talking.
I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to ask Kathi. Kathi, look in the chat because somebody's asking a clarification question about the burning of the wish thing. So you might want to like
Oh,
clarify that
did
for
not
her.
see that.
Okay, yeah, no worries. So
Thank you.
I just want to reiterate, Kathi talked about solar plexus chakra. I talked about sacral chakra. While she was talking, I pulled two more cards, and it's so funny because we got fire spirit, and the fire spirit has this like Kundalini snake energy with a little star at the top right around the solar plexus chakra. And it is like the sun is back there, and the sun would relate to the solar plexus chakra. But the second card was the moon spirit. And she's got, I know it's really hard to see, but she's got her hands down here in her lap with like this little, I don't know, it looks like almost like a little itty bitty crystal ball. And that's about at the sacral chakra. And so we got the moon and the sun, sacral and the solar plexus. So that those two chakras do seem to be of utmost importance. Okay, so we're going
I'm going to
to,
interrupt. I'm going to
yeah,
just, sorry, I'm just going to interrupt for a minute just so I can answer this, just in case anybody else has the question out there.
okay.
Because I just noticed I made a ton of typos when I was trying to type it in the chat, and I apologize for that because my computer's up here. So just so you know, it's a little difficult for me to type it out. If you're doing it's yes, it is starting to write the wishes today. Once you get them all written and you put them in the jar, pull one out that you burn and release. That you burn and release. And you're going to write one extra wish for January 1st. You don't burn January 1st. That's the one that you put on your vision board, put it up in your room so that you can continue to always look at it and embrace it and continue to create the energy around it. So hopefully that answers the write and burn.
Writing all of the wishes, all of the intentions today, putting them in the jar, and
For
then
every single
starting.
day from now till January 1st.
I'm confused, but that's okay. I don't need to know.
You write a wish like on slips of paper starting today
Yes.
and one for every single day from now, including January 1st.
Well, then how do you burn them if they're not in the jar yet?
Then you take them and fold them and put them in the jar. They're on
One
separate slips of
one a
paper,
day.
one a day, but you put them all in the jar. You do all of the days at once.
Oh, I get it
And
now.
then you
Okay.
take one out every
I
day.
got it. Okay.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize I was being so unclear. I
That's
apologize for that.
okay. I thought if I'm confused, maybe somebody else is. So
Well, and if
like,
we're not all sleeping, it makes sense that we're not going to
yeah.
understand what the heck we're talking about
The
anyway.
the
So,
number of days between now and January, we're
correct.
writing
So
all
I think there's
those
like
wishes
12 or
out.
13,
Yeah. And
which
then
is kind of
starting
interesting.
today, we're pulling one out each day and burning that. But by the
And
time
don't
we
look
get
at
to
it.
January 1st, we'll have one left.
Right. And you can
Got it.
keep it with you, keep it, put it wherever you want to look at it every day, manifest it every day.
All
Yeah.
right, great. Thank you, Kathi.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna choose some people from the Zoom audience. If you want a reading, you can either raise your real hand or raise your icon hand. And when we call on you, which we're just guided by spirit when we do this, but when we call on you, I'll be asking for your date of birth because as an astrologer, I like to look at that energy that you're in right now and how that's affecting you. And then we'll get started. So I usually let Kathi choose first.
Alrighty. Let's see. Who am I being guided to? Oh, I don't know why. I don't know why it's being so challenging. Usually it's like right away.
Yeah, usually
I
you
kind
are
of want
right
to pick
away.
you all. That's what the issue is.
Hmm.
So that's kind of funny. We must all need them today. Let's see. Sheila.
Okay, Sheila,
Sheila
where
Lawrence, is it?
she's,
I think.
what is it?
There she is.
Okay, Sheila, can you give us your date of birth, please? Whoops. Yep, you're muted. I'm trying to. Oh, it says you're unmuted, I think. Mm, Sheila. Yep. Sheila, you are unmuted. Can you give us your date of birth?
She's working on it. Looks like she's working on it.
Or give it to me in the chat. If you can't get your volume to work, just give
Oh,
you.
somebody says October 30th, 1988.
Hello? Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
there you are.
Yeah, it's October 30, 1988. Yeah.
Okay.
October 30th, 1988. And
It's so funny.
do you have a specific question or concern, or do you just want to see what your angels and guides have to say?
I just want to see what my angels and guides want to say. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Kathi.
So I find it interesting that we couldn't hear you because that was one of the biggest things I was getting is speaking your voice, speaking your truth. Like there's something about you sort of growing and evolving through that process for yourself. Like I feel like you're getting better at it, but I feel
Mm.
like it's taken you a long time. It's almost like, whatever, however you were raised, and nothing against your family, but however you were raised, it's almost like you felt like you were shut down. Like your throat chakra was just shut down. Like I do so much better if I just stay quiet and sort of almost like you want to be invisible. They keep sort of showing me this little child that just wants to be like, I just want to be here. Nobody needs to pay any attention to me. Like you don't see me. Um, but it is time for you now to embrace who you are and be okay with who you are and to move forward. I feel like there's big life changes coming for you next year, like really positive, because I keep getting like a literal move for you. So moving out of the house that you're in, moving out of the apartment that you're in, and moving forward more into it's so funny. They show me like literally you walking out and the lights on you and you're like this with your arms wide open going, oh, I can breathe. I'm free. So there's energetically, wherever you are, it feels very stuck and heavy and controlling. But I feel like you are walking towards freedom. And I feel like you have the concept in your head as to where you know you want to go. And you're like, I'm going to do this. It's no longer, well, if I can do this and this and this and this, then maybe. You're literally have the mindset in your head. And if you don't, it's so funny. I'm even going to just show you this picture because this picture is amazing. Can you see this lion?
Yes,
This is
yes.
you. Like it's almost like, okay, I've taken as much as I can. Now I'm gonna be this.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
It's
almost like you're gonna go to the extent of using your voice to where like I'm gonna speak up and you're gonna listen to me. That kind of thing. Like almost like you're yelling at people. You'll
yeah.
balance it off. Like that's how it always happens for us is when we find our power and find our voice. We tend to go a little overzealous at first because we're not used to controlling the volume in some ways. And then you get the process of like you hear it in your head and next thing you know you're like, "Oh my gosh, did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud?" You might have some oopsies because I'm just going to say that you probably already have.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
keep going because where you're going and the alignment that you have in your head, you are on point. Like your
True.
intuition is so strong because you've kept it in hibernation long enough. So, what you're getting about people, places, and things, start writing it down. Like, start writing, make a little journal just for yourself. It doesn't have to be anything, just so
Mm.
that you can validate what you're getting because it's going to help you to empower yourself. It's going to help you to know, like, oh my gosh, I totally got that. Like, there might be an employee that you're like, you get this like random thought. Trust me, happens to me all the time. And then if you write it down, you'll find out later, like the information will come in through the employee, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got that. Like I knew that was going to happen. And it just starts to validate for you. So it helps to strengthen your voice. It helps to strengthen your power. It helps to get you to where you're going. It's just very, very important. You have, I'm going to tell you right now, when you get to the point of getting yourself out of the situation that you're in, you better be packed and ready to go because they are going to grab you and continue to move you. Like that doesn't mean physically move you, but it means like your intuition's going to get stronger. What you're meant to do, you're meant to be on this path. You really are. You,
Thank you.
even though you've kept yourself so quiet and to yourself, you're an amazing healer.
Thank you.
So keep
Yeah,
going with that because there are people waiting for you
thank you.
to be helped by you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was
And with
funny
that,
because that truly resonated.
oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of why we do what we do. You'll find that out all too well soon enough.
Thank
So
you so
yeah,
much.
it's such a blessing. It really is such a blessing. So with that, I know it's quick, but I'm going to send it to Colleen.
Okay, Sheila. Okay. So I agree with Kathy about the communication thing because your energy comes in with this wonderful connection to creative self-expression, expansion, like abundance, prosperity, using your words with speaking, teaching, writing. But yet it's also a karmic challenge for you. So there's something that happened in a previous lifetime that at least in certain situations and circumstances, I don't know if it's all with all people in all situations, but there's something that like shut you down to be able to speak your truth. I'm just kind of getting a message here because you are a Scorpio. So that's interesting because Scorpio energy is kind of more of a silent, observing kind of energy. But I feel like because of that Scorpio energy, they're talking about in a past life, something about being um, there's some sort of abuse energy there. I don't know, emotional manipulation, something, but it just, whatever it was, caused you to kind of shut down your voice. And they're saying now it's time to kind of open up that voice again. They were saying that this birthday year that you've gone into, there's going to be a huge kind of transformation that you go through, this huge kind of like a death and rebirth and transformation and regeneration and they said to have patience throughout the next year with it because it might take might take a little bit, it might take a minute, so to speak, but they said it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait to get to the other side of what this transformation is all about. And they were showing that the divine feminine within you, like we all have a divine feminine and a divine masculine side, but that divine feminine is the caring, loving, healing, nurturing, intuitive, reflective, indrawing energy. And they're saying that you're very magnetic. And that makes sense because you're a Scorpio. And Scorpio energy is very magnetic. You can put off this magnetism, but you can also magnetize energies or situations or blessings to you. And that's the piece right now that they want you to pay attention to because they talked about manifestation and that right now they want you to learn to use the process of visualization, manifestation, or to work with manifesting energy. They call it a manifestation vortex. Like you can be in this manifestation vortex to magnetize to you what it is that you desire, basically. They kept saying to like clear your energy, which is another kind of Scorpio thing. Scorpios have this tendency to, because they're so magnetic, they magnetize other people's thoughts and other people's energies to them without even knowing. So you could go out and just go to the grocery store and come back and feel exhausted or even feel angry or frustrated and not know why. Scorpio has that tendency to just kind of, again, like a psychic sponge, take on other people's energies. So they talked a lot about clearing, pulling cords, raising your vibration through different techniques. You are very psychic. You are very intuitive. I would say clairsentience, which is about feeling other people's emotions, which is empathic, or feeling vibrations around you. Even mediumship could be part of a gift for you in this lifetime. And I know that I feel like I'm jumping all around, but I'm just trying to get in all the messages that they gave me. They also talked about something about generational or ancestral healing. So I feel like maybe you've done some of this already, but I feel like this next birthday year from October of this year until October of 2026, you're not only transforming yourself, but you're also helping to like clear and transform your ancestral lineage, the generations that you come from. So know that you're doing important work here. And then they did talk about abundance. And I didn't go deeply into it because then Kathi was done, but they said something about someone coming in or someone that you're already connected to. And I don't know if they're helping you with the abundance or if they're kind of blocking you in some way from your own abundance. So, I would sit with that and see which one of those things it is. Um, and I think that was about it. But know that this is a hugely transformative time for you. And they did say, they used the word initiation, like this next year, you're going through like this initiation sort of energy, this initiation process. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you, Sheila.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. All right, so who's next? Who's next? I kept getting drawn over to Callie. So Callie, can you unmute and give me your date of birth?
Hi, yes, I am Callie, Kalia, and
Kalia, I'm sorry.
no, I probably have it spelled Callie, but my name is Kalia.
Okay.
I go by both, but my date of birth is April 23rd, 1981.
1981. And do you just want to see what your angels and guides have to say, or do you have a specific question or concern today?
No, I just like to see what they have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to let Kathi go first.
Kalia, I love your name. I'm just gonna say that first. First off, I'm like, oh, that's so pretty.
Thank you.
I'm getting a lot of activation of your crown chakra. Like that's the very first thing that I can feel my crown chakra like boof, 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 as I'm like as you were talking. And what that means to me, first of all, I feel like you're a very spiritual being, very spiritually aware, very spiritually conscious. It's not that all of us aren't spiritual in some way, but for you, it's almost like aligning your crown chakra with your voice. There's something about an activation happening there for you, also to where profound clarity is really becoming clearer and clearer. It's almost like you see it as like a foggy vision at first, you know what I mean? And then the fog starts to get away and get away and get away, and the picture becomes clearer and clearer. There's something with you aligning that you are a healer, which I'm sure you may know that. You're also an empath, which again, you may know that. If not, surprise, is what I like to say. But it's also the way that you will connect with people and work with people. And you probably already are like, you could literally be standing in the grocery store and like 10 people will come and start talking to you, and you're like, I don't even know these people. There's something about your light spiritually shining to other people. Because I'm just going to say that it's not like a lot of us that do this work, that doesn't happen to us, but it's almost like you're amped up to be an attractor to that. So if, what they're showing me is that your healing that you're going to be doing and working with people is spiritually aligned. So you may become a reverend and speak again, utilizing that in whatever way, because it'll be your vision, where you want to go with it. But there's something about that. There's also something about, I'm just going to ask you a question. Did you grow up in a family where you felt like you weren't heard?
Yes, yes, absolutely. I didn't get to speak.
Just want to high five you for that, because believe it or not, so was I. That's
Mm.
why I sang professionally for many years so that I would have a voice. And I always think to myself now, look at me now. Look where I am now. Because we choose that path so that it gives us time to build our voice, to build what we're meant to be. Your voice is bringing spirit to other people. Your voice is literally, whether it's a reverend, I'm a reverend also. A lot of people don't know that. I don't put it in front of my name because it's not yes, I'm supposed to utilize it the way I am supposed to utilize it, but I don't feel like I'm going to be a preacher of some kind. Well, yeah, well then again, but you never know if Spirit wants me to go there. But you will be in whatever form that starts to take hold for you. I feel like you'll be actually working on people. So I don't know if you know energy work. If you don't, I would highly recommend, because I feel like that would be a great caveat for you to sort of get into the healing part of who you are. There's also this path of enlightenment that's going to happen for you next year. Like, try to be, they're telling me to tell you not to be scared, to try to be as enlightened as you can. The way that you see spirits on the other side may be a little different. Like, I've been seeing spirits since I was a kid. I've been knowing that I was never alone all of my life, always, since I was very young. My sisters, I'm one of three girls, and my sisters are 4 and 5 years older than me. So I was a lot of the times always by myself because they were like Irish twins, very close, very tight. Not easy to get into to their club, so to speak. So it left me a lot of time on my own, but I always knew I was never alone. I was never alone. And that's almost what I want to say to you is they're going to start showing themselves to you. I'm pretty sure they already have. So I'm going to say that. But your sense of feeling always comes first. You will feel them. Your vision is starting to become clearer and clearer and clearer. So your third eye is literally going to start to activate for you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, because the power you have is amazing. Like, amazing. Like, we're all going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I think she was on a pod, on a thing that we did years ago." You're going to get to be known for your voice and for your vision and where you want to grow and evolve to.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
So keep learning. Allow your best learning is communicating with spirit.
Okay.
Other than like when you go, if you want to go and learn Reiki or some kind of energetic healing, clearly you'll have a teacher to be able to do that. But a
Oh,
lot of what you learn on this path will be from them. I've been very blessed to learn so much from spirit.
gotcha. That's actually what the path I've been trying to go down is connecting with spirit a lot more. That's almost the only thing that's been working for me in life.
Absolutely. And people think it's so complicated. It's not. Like, everyone tries to make it more complicated than it actually is. It's literally opening your awareness to hear, to just hear. And what I mean by hear is you hear. You hear here, not here. Sometimes here if they can't get your attention.
Mm,
But yeah.
thank you. Thank you
And
so much.
signs. Pay attention to signs. Like, it's almost like you need to open your awareness all the way around you.
Okay.
So, you may have a crow that comes and flies close to you, or a hawk, or an eagle, or, that you're like, oh, that's so crazy. That bird is not leaving. Like, I just
Mm.
had an experience where I saw three hawks, like literally one after another, and they got closer to my car as I was driving. It was the most amazing thing. But it's not that I'm used to it. I mean, you never get used to it. So I'll just say that. But I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally had to slam on my brakes because the red-tailed hawk flew so close to the front of my car.
Wow.
And I'm like, all right, all right, all right. I see you. Like, I see you. Yeah, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Once you start to align with spirit, it's just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
when
much.
you work on him, one more thing, and I promise, Colleen, I'm sending it over. One more thing, because I can't help myself. Colleen's the same way. We get excited. We get excited when people are like starting to get on their path. It excites me. When you start to work on people, do you know energy work?
No, I'm not that familiar with that.
Okay. Again, whatever form of that you want to learn, totally up to you. But when you get there and you're able to work on people, you literally will have spirit come work with you. I have Mother Mary that comes into me. Interesting way of putting it. Comes and works beside me all the time. I've had Jesus come in, which actually made me cry while I was working on somebody because I couldn't believe that, you know, yeah.
Mm,
I have amazing experience, very blessed, very, very, very blessed and honored to do what I do, and that they validate it for me.
okay.
So yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you come back and let us know how you're doing.
Oh, I will. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Colleen and I can live vicariously through your path.
I will.
All right, I will mute myself now, Colleen.
Okay. Are you done, Kathy? Okay. Um, so the first thing I get, can I call you Callie?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
Okay. So the first thing I get for you, Callie, is this energy of this powerhouse energy that you come in with. Like I just really feel like leadership, um, director or managerial energy or take charge or whatever. I don't like you're on the cusp of Aries and Taurus, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. Like I don't know. It looks like by your date of birth, you're actually into Taurus, but they have you coming in with this like powerhouse of energy behind you. And this particular birthday year of energy, so you're kind of winding up, right? One cycle, and you're getting ready in April when you have your birthday to move into a new cycle of energy. But this is a really important 2 year time period because from April of 2025 until upcoming April 2026, you're in a time of completion and closure and endings and releasing and letting go and surrendering and just letting the universe and your guides and angels to take you where you need to be, kind of like picking you up and putting you down somewhere else and saying, okay, this is where you need to be. And then when you hit your birthday on April 23rd of 2026, you start entering a cycle of new beginnings and fresh starts and planting new seeds and really coming online into that power, not that you lost it along the way, but that power that they talked about you coming in with, it's really kind of coming in and shining through. And I know it's really hard to see on our little screens. I have to even find myself. Where am I? There I am. So one of the cards I'm going to show you because it kind of embodies that powerhouse of energy I feel like that you have. It's Archangel Ariel. And Archangel Ariel here, there's her face, but look at what she's got like on her breastplate there. She's got like the lion, this golden lion energy. And the gold to me is like that powerhouse of solar plexus chakra, be empowered, be in your personal power or take back your power energy. But it's kind of over her heart chakra. So we're merging the solar plexus power with the healing heart, with the empathic heart, with the gentle, kind heart here. I even like the phrase that's on Archangel Ariel card because it says sacred activist. And I felt like that was pertinent for your energy and where you're going into in this next birthday year cycle. I feel like you're really, they're talking about you going through again a change, a transformation, a death and rebirth. They even, use the term metamorphosis, like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly kind of thing. And I guess even going back to that, the lion almost looks like there's wings there. So I feel like you're going to start to spread your wings and become a stronger version of who you were when you came in. There's a lot of healing energy because they showed me a lot of emerald green kind of energy, which would be kind of like Archangel Raphael, that's coming in bringing healing to you. Because in this present year that you're winding up, this birthday year that you're in, again, whatever old situations or relationships or even aspects of yourself that needed to be set free or let loose or let go of. I feel like, Archangel Raphael and that emerald green light is coming in to kind of surround you and bring healing to you. And in fact, when it comes to the healing, I will say I didn't go very deep into it, but they were showing me kind of like a broken heart kind of thing. So I feel like there is some sadness there. There might have been a situation or circumstance during the course of this year that caused a little bit of sadness or despair, but they said it's also kind of, what do I want to say? It's kind of like binding your energy up a little bit. Like there's like you need to like pull those cords and release that energy, do some sort of a ceremony. And today or between now and the end of this year would be a great time to do it because it's, we do need to heal when we go through something that hurts us, hurts our heart in some respect. But it's time to also, like once we grieve that we're not holding on to it. And I said, well, where is she moving into once she releases that, once she lets that go? And again, just like Ariel with this kind of sunny lion and the sun behind her, when I asked that question about where you're going, I got the sun card, which is about, shining your light, using your self-expression to shine that light and let the world kind of see you again, to not hide who you are. And they were also talking about your ancestors for a minute. I don't know, both you and the previous person, Sheila, had ancestors coming in. Your ancestors were very powerful. They were showing me this like powerful, like powerful like ancestors that were able to affect a great many things and affect a great many changes. And they want you to kind of stay steady on your path, to not get pulled off your path. And I'm going back to that, whatever that situation was that I talked about with the broken heart. They said something about setting better boundaries, needing to like learn to set better boundaries in certain situations. But you have some wonderful good things coming as you move into your next birthday year. I think you're going to feel it kind of coming upon you as we all move into 2026, because 2026 is kind of a year of new beginnings anyway. So that's just going to emulate the year that you move into on a personal level. But the last focus card I got for you was the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a brand new beginning, a tangible new beginning with abundance, prosperity, opportunities, blessings. And again, I feel like you'll see more of that as you near your birthday. 37, 38. They're saying, I feel like you'll even again maybe see some of that coming in January and February, but definitely after you enter your new birthday year, you'll be feeling that. So I hope that was helpful for you.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. I mean, you hit the nail on the head with what I'm going through. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Callie. Thank you for coming.
Mhm.
All right, so I think we have time for one more, Kathy. Do you want to choose this
Yes.
time?
Let me see. The person I was going to do, she's not here anymore. She must have
Oh
left. All right. Well, that's all right. Just that wasn't meant to be. So Samantha was my I don't want to say my second choice because that sounds so horrific in so many ways. But
no.
like I said, I want to pick you all, and I will say for the collective before Samantha, while you're unmuting yourself and all that. Um, I got ancestral for a lot of people on here today. Like, look at your ancestral lineage, try to work through your
Hmm.
ancestral ley lines, things like that. I was getting that. That's why I was like, I just got that when you said that to her. I was like, I just got that. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd share that before anybody else signs off today.
That's great. All right, Samantha,
Samantha.
do you want to unmute and give us your date of birth?
Hi, yes, November 14, 1982.
November 14th, 1982. And do you have a specific question or concern, or just whatever comes up from your angels and guides?
Just angel and guys. And also, I feel like somewhere in my life, I'm always getting stuck or delayed in life. And it's like a habit. And I just want to know, like, how can I get out of it? Even though
Okay.
I put in the work, but it still seems like I'm just always finding myself back in the cycle.
Okay. That's good to know. I'll let Kathy kind of go first.
Very first thing that was coming up actually is similar to your question. So I'll just say that. They kept showing me one of the cards that came up was this card here. Is this man like so powerful in between these two amazing tiger lion? So but visual for me is a funny thing. It takes the shape for the person that I'm reading for. So this card could literally come for you and for Colleen and be two totally different interpretations. So I just want to say that. But for me, what I was getting is the next person that I'm going to connect with is like very powerful and like I'm hanging on to this. I'm holding on to this. I'm making this happen. I'm going to do this. And it's not that that's not a good intention to have, but when you feel like you're ending up in that circle, that loop, take a minute because the other thing that came was the power of silence, the power of taking a moment and sort of saying, okay, let me step back for a minute. They're telling me to pause for a minute. So let me take this pause and start looking. what can I do? If something is similar in that place that you keep coming back to, take a moment and say, okay, why do I keep coming back to it feels like similar energy or similar places? And looking at yourself, go within first because it always goes within first and start seeing, okay, is it divine timing? Is it just not time for it to go that extra minute? Did I get to a place to where I'm so comfortable in what's happening that I'm not continuing to do the work to move forward? So there's a lot of like it's not an easy answer, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. It's literally doing self-assertion to make sure, self-assessment to make sure, am I doing everything I need to do? Is this feeling? I can tell you one thing that's coming up for you, and I will say I know this all too well, so I'm just going to say that up front, is the fact that we want to be seen because we love what we do, and then everybody starts to see you, and you're like, oh my God, they're seeing me. This is too much. It's almost like you're expecting 10 people and you get 50, and you're like, ah, that kind of thing. Been there, done that. So I'll just say that. But it's so even looking at that, like that, I think is a big one for you, is just saying, you know what? Yeah, this is scary, but I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to not force it. I'm going to allow it. And if that means that we need to be in a place of quiet, peace, and stillness, then it's okay. Because I know it gives me time to recreate, add new things, do a little bit more work to continue to keep going forward. So it's looking at that. You also have, and I know this is getting repetitive, but it makes sense why you're all here today. There's something in your ancestry lineage that you need to like kind of look at, because I feel almost it's those DNA gifts that were like, yeah, this is not mine. You need to take this back, because I'm not going to carry that for you. Like, I don't want to do that. You chose to do that. So I'm just going to hand this gift back to you and say, thank you so much, but no, thank you. Like it's almost like that. You need to look into your lineage a little bit because there's a little stuckness in your lineage. Like one of your ancestors, I want to go back like 3 or 4 generations to where something happened. And if you don't know what it is, or you can't connect with somebody to find out what it is, you can always connect with somebody to find out what it is. What you do is you take a moment. Oh, I guess I'm teaching today. You take a moment and say to your ancestry, call in your ancestors and say, I need an emissary of my ancestor lineage to come and connect with me. Because your emissaries in your lineage, in your family history, are the ones that have done all the work. Like they've gone through all their life reviews, they've gone through all the work. And they probably, a lot of times when I call them in, I'm just saying I'm visual, so this is how they look to me. They come like with white light. They tend to come in white light. And they'll let me know who they were when they were here. And not like major detail, so I'll say that. But they'll let me know, like, great, 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 Graham, that kind of a thing on my dad's side. Like I'll get this sense or this feeling of like, oh, you're somebody on my dad's side. Okay, got it. That kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff on my dad's side, so I'll just say that up front. But it's like, oh, I totally get why you're here to help me. They can give you the answers you're looking for. And if you have, I feel like you have a relative who knows a lot about your history, your family. Yeah, I'm getting a yes from some very strong grandmother feeling. Very strong grandmother. And I know you know her because she keeps saying she knows me. There's somebody before this person leaves this plane. Sit with them, talk to them, get information about the history of your family. Because they might not be able to give you every prominent detail, but they'll be able to give you some details as to what you're looking for.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not all of the situation because we still have to hold ourselves accountable also, because it's a lot of, I keep getting the feeling of like your powers are expanding, and sometimes they expand so fast we're kind of like, okay, hang on. Like, give me a minute to just breathe before you teach me anything new or take me anywhere new. It's like, can you just like, let's get some clarification first, because once they want you to move, they're going to move you fast, really fast. There's also something about what you do that you need to really look at and tweak it a little. You're close, like how it's supposed to put out there, like I feel like I'm a talking head here. Let me do this. Because that's starting to bother me. you need to tweak it a little bit. Like you're on the right visual and path for it.
Okay.
Um, but there's something that you just need to like shift it a little bit, change it a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, and I know you already know that
Okay.
because you're telling me you already know. So yeah, you got this. You're gonna be rocking. You're gonna be rocking next year. Absolutely. I'm just
Thank
looking to
you.
see if there's anything else. Oh, keep building your connection with spirit. And that means both those that have passed for other people, like my family, Colleen's family, you know that, but also your spirit team, your guides, that help you to go where you're going to go. Keep working on that for yourself
Okay.
because you are a medium, you know that, right?
No. Wow. In what way can you say?
You shut it down when you were 11 years old. So I don't know what happened to you when you were 11. It could have just been something happened and it scared you. You shut it down. You feel them really well.
Hmm.
You tend to
Eh,
feel them. Your visual will come eventually.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
weird.
sense.
It's almost like, well, I feel like they have long hair down to here. I feel like they have, and you're kind of like, okay, I have no idea how I'm getting any of this because all I'm doing is just feeling it. But just go with it and try to work with them. Try to
Okay.
work with them on the other side. There's a woman with you that's not your person. So I'll just say that you must have a really good friend who has somebody very close. She feels like a mom, but it could be a grandmother because grandmothers sometimes come through with that really strong depending on who she was connected to. I'm not going to try to get too much into finding out who she is, so I'll be honest. But she's been kind of hanging with you. Like, can you just tell your girlfriend that I'm here and I miss her and I hear her? Like she's trying to give you a message and you're kind of like, la 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 la. You know, yeah, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You feel her. You definitely feel her, but you're not and again, it's not a judgment thing. It's just you're just not understanding it enough yet.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Look, you're
Yes.
getting emotional already. So yeah, yeah. So you can let your friend you can tell her I said for now that she's around her a lot. And your friend already knows and she's been getting signs from her
Yeah.
because she's been giving her really good signs. So I'm just gonna say that. It's so funny. I'm even gonna show you guys this. If you guys haven't seen me drinking my coffee this morning, I'm gonna put this up close. See this beautiful cup that has cardinals on it?
Yes.
I wasn't going to use this cup. And I was really like, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, why are you making me choose this cup? I can't find it. That's why Colleen was like, thought I gave the wrong link to everybody. I know now why I chose that cup was for this moment because spirit works in my life in a lot of ways. Her mother told me to grab this cup. It was her energy that pushed me to pick that cup. So she must be seeing cardinals. I also feel like her favorite color is red, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
just gonna give
But
that to you. Yeah, I know that's not for you, but all right, I'm gonna stop because otherwise I'm gonna get too much and it's not really your message. I mean, it's not a message for you, it's for your friend, but still. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there before we go too far. All right, I'm giving it to Colleen now. Thank you so much
Okay.
though.
All right.
okay.
So Samantha, you also are a Scorpio, like Sheila, our first person was. And this is an interesting energy because Scorpio is such a powerhouse of their own empowerment and force direction and whatnot. And they're very gifted, like Kathi talked about mediumship. I'm going to talk about clairsentience, intuition, all forms of psychic and healing abilities. You're very tapped into. Just starting to pay attention to them is something that you need to do. And the energy vibration that you're currently in is a very self-reflective, it's sort of like this winter solstice today. It's a very self-reflective kind of energy for the year, the birthday year that you're in. It doesn't mean that things can't happen. In fact, they gave me a message for you to take a step back so that miracles could happen because Scorpio wants, it's a fixed sign, and Scorpio is a fixed sign. It's like push, push, make it happen, stay with it, stay consistent, stay determined. And they're saying if you just kind of let go and allow and take that step back, that these miracles are going to just kind of start popping in and happening for you. And actually, one of the guides that came in is Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel is like Merlin the magician. It's like he deals with magic and alchemy and helps us with our psychic abilities and helps us with um, like time travel. I mean, does all that magical stuff. So I feel like calling upon Archangel Raziel to help you tap more into your gifts, because back to this birthday year, it's a time of research, it's a time of study, it's a time of meditation and self-reflection to really dig a little deeper and find the truth within yourself. But the trick is that you have to then believe that truth. So this year is also going to give you experiences along the way that teaches you about trust and faith. Trust and faith in the universe, trust and faith in your guides, trust and faith in yourself, actually. And they're saying that you're going through this huge spiritual awakening. They use that term a couple of times, spiritual awakening, spiritual awakening. She's going to, and she has, but she's going to continue to go through this spiritual awakening. There's a lot of kind of it's like being a student of life and learning a lot about yourself at this time period. It's not an external, active, make things happen out in the world energy. Again, it doesn't mean that you can't or won't, but that's going to come more so after your next birthday in 2026. Then you're coming back out into the world with all these nuggets of wisdom and gifts that you have come into regarding yourself and your self-healing. They said get out in nature. They kept showing me like a nature scene and grass and mountains and meadows and things like that. So I feel like nature is going to be highly healing for you.
Yes.
And is it? Okay, and I have to, these cards I have to show you because it was so a little uncanny. So we got Lady Nada, it says Heart Awakening on it. And then a different deck, I got Healing the Heart. And then a different deck, I got Water Spirit, Heart Healing. So there's definitely something about healing the heart and the heart chakra. Old wounds, old sadness, old despair. But I also feel like it has something to do with what you said, where you said something in the beginning about I keep feel like I'm working hard, but I keep getting stuck and I keep finding myself back to where I was, and I don't know why that is. It has something to do
Yes.
with healing this heart chakra energy and opening and awakening the heart chakra energy. Because when I specifically asked them, why does she keep getting stuck or getting, put back to where she was when she's working so hard? And they said something about needing to value yourself,
Mm.
something about opening your heart, not just to others, because you come in with that energy already. You're like a healer sort of energy. You don't even have to do healing, but you are healing. Like you have this kind, I want to help others, especially those less fortunate, kind of vibe to you. And they said she needs to open her heart to herself. She needs to value herself, love herself, respect herself. So this is where that love needs to pour into you. They also said you keep getting backed up as a Scorpio with other people's energies. So just like I said to Sheila, needing to learn how to pull cords and protect yourself. And that it's not meaning to sound scary, but we all could do well to protect our energies when we go out in the world, but especially for a Scorpio, because you're getting backed up with other people's energy vibrations. And then it's kind of getting stuck because it's not being transmuted like it needs to be. And therefore, you feel like you're getting stuck. And the other answer to that question about getting stuck or why and why do I keep getting put back here, they were talking about something about balancing these two very different energies within you. And they used the terms moderation and balance, needing to kind of slow down and use moderation and balance, because part of you is like if you stuck your finger in a light socket and it's like change, freedom, like all this buzzing sort of energy where I want to move forward fast. And then there's this other part of you that's like, oh, just go with the flow, just surrender, just let things unfold as it needs to.
Mhm.
And it's something about trying to balance those energies that
Yes.
you have this perception that you keep getting put back to where you were or keep getting stuck or whatever, they said shift the perspective on what that is. You're just trying to balance these very two different energies within you. And that'll work itself out, especially during this next birthday year. And again, once you hit November of 2026 and move into that next birthday year, abundance and prosperity and external, like here I am world and making things happen is really going to start to come into play for you. So I hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much. I needed that. Thank
Keep,
you.
you're welcome. You're so welcome. And keep in mind, everybody, Kathi and I do tag team readings. We also do individual, on our own readings. So we both do intuitive readings. We do them together. We do them separately. We can assist you if you desire to, get a reading. Just reach out to one of us through one of our websites or something, and we'll be able to help you in that way. Also, Kathi and I are doing a monthly podcast that we just started like 3 months ago. So check out, Kathi, what's the address that they can check out for those
You
podcasts?
can go on the YouTube page, Empowered Voices. There's also a Facebook page, an Empowered Voices Facebook page. And
Mhm.
then Colleen and I share it on our own individual Facebook pages. So yeah, it's on my website also. You have to go to the more link and then you'll see, videos, podcasts. It's in there. So
Absolutely.
it's everywhere. We're
It,
everywhere.
well, I don't know about that. But anyway, we hope everybody got some nuggets of wisdom for today. Take some time, plug into the self-reflective internal energies within yourself. Plug into Mother Nature if you can. If it's sunny where you're at, get out and get a little sun, but also, connect with the trees and the mountains and nature and the animals. This is a great time to do it. Kathi, do you have any parting words?
Thank you all for the blessings of being able to connect to you for sure. It's so totally blessed and honored to be here today with all of you. Do listen to some of the other, if you weren't chosen, I always call it postcards. You're like, oh, that's so me. Oh my gosh, they're talking to me. Oh my gosh, that was for me. It's the postcard. It's the
Yeah.
postcard. That's why all of you come on at the same time. Same thing with the ancestral lineage conversation. It's always smart to look at your ancestors. A lot of gifts that we were given that are not ours to carry forward. So it's always a great way to go and build yourself and learn a lot about yourself. Many blessings this holiday season. Those of you that are celebrating, if you're not, you go, be by yourself, have fun by yourself, have fun, just enjoy, just
Happy
enjoy.
holidays, everybody. We send you all lots of love and light and peace and healing. And we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Yes, see you next year.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.